welcome back. It's Uncle Destiny here. Time for a reading for the next month, and that is the month of June. So as you can see today, we're outside enjoying some of the sunny weather on this holiday weekend. And we're going to go and bring the ancestors in and do a reading for the month of June. Now, what's also key points of reference for the month of June is the fact that we're also looking at the summer solstice. And we're also having a seasonal shift at that same time, out of spring and into summer. Now summer, depending on where you are, may be very hot or maybe very cold, especially to those in the southern hemisphere who right now would actually be going into winter. So, let's see what the ancestors have to say for everyone for the month of June and what it brings. Alright, so those things that went off the reading surface fully are not being included in the reading. I have at least one small bone that went slightly off the surface. But our rest of our reading bones are all very much on the surface. So, what have we got here? Well, our main bones are actually rather spread out this time. So, this one is home, this one is family, and this one is work. So we're going to start with the one here on family, which is furthest out. But it's also near the copper piece and one of the rib bones. But it's also the furthest away from the cluster of main bones. And what I see with this is that June, especially because it's got Father's Day in it, is not going to be that, how can we put it, active. There's going to be family drama. That can't be helped. And please forget the background. We have kitties and birds in the air. But then, hey, that's nature and the ancestors giving us a little feedback. So, yeah, family situations aren't going to be the big focus right now. Yes, there are things about support and that's going to have to be resolved, especially in relation to, say, the ancestors, but more so into the whole dramas and issues around fathers, whether they're supportive or not, whether they're present or not in your life. But definitely it's going to be a matter where listen to the ancestors, listen to the higher forces in how you act with and around the subject of family. Then we get to our other two bones over here. Home also is off in distance, but it is in a slight alignment with the quartz crystal, which is about memory in the past. And especially in the aspect that there's going to be issues of memory of the past coming up. Now, in some ways, I suspect this has something also to tie in with the family bone, but it's the idea of what is and what was your memories of home and the past. How are they either influencing you now, or more so, are you spending that time thinking about the past a lot, and especially around the home? So, are you having memories about what you did during the summer, like going to the grandparents if they lived out on a farm, or how hot it was when during a certain time of the year that you also have a nostalgia for with the summer. Let alone maybe remembering old renovations, how the house has changed now, and how it used to look, what it used to feel like, and the effect that it used to have. So memory and the home are going to be very important, let alone what memories you do have in the home. Now the work bone, which is off here just at the edge of the reading surface, near this other support bone, I feel like work is really not going to be much of an issue. More so, it's going to be very distant. So, yeah, I would have to say for those who are looking for work, don't count too much on it. Work is going to be there, but it's going to be scattered. It's not going to really have any real meat in your life. It may also mean that you're going to be looking at changes or the possibility that it's time for a complete change. Now, what holds most of the attention is all of our smaller bones that are here in the center. And those are the ones that have the quartz crystal to the one side and the copper piece to the other. Now, these are also made up of a lot of our support bones. So this time, this next month is going to be much more about the little things, the little details, wrapping up paperwork, getting paperwork in on time, and the little messages that we send to those around us. So what are the little gifts? What are the little reminders that someone is loved, someone is appreciated, that we made sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed in the paperwork for, say, loans or setting people up for moving. Because we're moving to a heavy time where people are going to be shifting where they live. And one of the big minutiae of that is packing, getting the right type of materials to move, so packing materials, let alone the vehicles to move, to allow for change. So that's going to be one of the big things here. June is going to be much more about the little things in life, rather than the big ones, which is part of why the major bones are so scattered and farther away. And the central mass is here with the little bones. So right now, focus more on the little things, especially because little things can grow into big things. And sometimes we want them to stay little so that we can take care of them and they don't cause a major ruckus. Now, with the summer solstice coming, there's another aspect of, let's say you're having some sort of party. And I know June's also a very popular month for weddings. Again, all things that have very little details that become together to make a much bigger event. So, again, focus on the little details. Those are the important ones. Other than that, that's about what the ancestors have for us for this time. Tune in next month for the reading for July, and we'll see what that has for us as we move into one of what can sometimes be the hottest point of the year, depending on where you are. So this is Uncle Destiny, wishing you well and having a blessed day and a blessed holiday, and Ashe, from me and the ancestors and the divine.